What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Friday, November 17th, 2023, and I have some breaking news to share with you guys. Right now, it is 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time here in the United States, and we currently have two nuclear war command and control planes up in the air over the United States. We have one flying over Mississippi right now, and we have one flying over North Carolina, South Carolina area. This is pretty unusual to have two of these up in the air so late at night. So our nuclear forces are definitely on high alert right now. And we also had a nuke sniffer plane airborne this evening. It flew from Offutt Air Base in Omaha, Nebraska, all the way up to Bismarck, North Dakota, and then it flew from Bismarck to St. Cloud, Minnesota, and then it went back to Offutt. So this is pretty unusual. And we have some breaking news coming in from the Philippines. There was a 7.2 magnitude earthquake that hit the Philippines this evening, and we're hearing that 4 Israeli soldiers were wounded from a Hezbollah anti-tank missile fired from Lebanon today. And according to U.S. defense officials speaking to VOA, at least 151 attacks on U.S. forces in Iraq and Syria have occurred during the Biden administration. And there's been 61 attacks since October the 17th. Okay, so we're up to 61 attacks since October 17th. And that's just the official number that we were given or that we're being given. It could be much, much higher. But 151 attacks during the Biden administration so far, definitely not a good sign. We have some chaos at the Estonian border tonight. What you're looking at here are Estonian border guards trying to stop a bunch of migrants from coming in from Russia. So let me just play this for you. So you can see that the Estonian border patrol or border police are working overtime tonight. This is very concerning. This is the type of hybrid attack that Belarus and Russia did on Poland 2 years ago. They released a bunch of migrants from Syria to the border of Poland, and Poland had to deploy their army, actually, because there were so many of them. It looks like now Russia's targeting Estonia with these migrants. And we do know that Estonia placed anti-tank obstacles along their border with Russia near Narva. Okay, so that is very, very concerning. And the government of Finland is considering closing all of their border crossings with Russia. So they're considering it, but at the moment, they don't see the need for such a measure. And this was stated by MTV3 television channel, citing government sources in Finland. So this is huge news, guys. Okay, Finland is considering closing their entire border with Russia. We do know that Lithuania and Latvia have already done that, and Poland has closed pretty much all of their border crossings with Belarus and I think also Russia. And I'm not sure if Estonia has closed all their border crossings yet, but tensions are definitely very high in the Baltic region. And here we have a map showing the latest situation in the Gaza Strip. You can see Israeli forces are closing in on the center of Gaza City. They have the whole city surrounded. They're moving in. So Israel is having a lot of success so far with their operation in the Gaza Strip. And they released these photos of some of the rocket launchers that Hamas was using to launch at Israel these rockets. Okay, so they captured some rockets here and some rocket trucks. Very interesting. And here's a close-up shot at one of the launching tubes here. And we have Mike Pompeo tweeting, "No ceasefire, destroy Hamas." And Citigroup will soon begin layoffs. Apparently, the CEO, Jane Fraser, is doing a corporate overhaul, and employees affected by the cuts will be informed starting this coming Wednesday, with new dismissals announced daily through early next week, according to people with knowledge of the situation. Those impacted will include chiefs of staff, managing directors, and some lower level employees, and the cuts will spread to more rank and file staff by February. Okay, so this is huge news, guys. Citigroup is a massive bank, and they're going to start cutting a lot of employees. Okay, the economy is not doing well at all right now, and we have multiple wars around the world ongoing. We have Ukraine, we have the Middle East, and potentially soon the Korean Peninsula. Here we have the latest solar disk, and you can see the sun is very, very quiet. We are quickly progressing towards a solar minimum, and you can see there's just two sunspots on the right side here, and they're already rotating away from Earth. And other than that, the sun is just completely blank, which is very unusual because we just hit solar max like a few months ago. And for the sun to just turn off like this so quickly is very, very unusual. Usually it takes a couple of years for a solar minimum to be reached after a solar maximum. The sun has about 12-year cycles. And so let's say you have a solar max this year, you would have your solar minimum probably 5 or 6 years from now. But it looks like we're going to hit the solar minimum like any month now, based on what I'm seeing here, which is extremely unusual. That's like, the sun just completely turning off. And we'll have to wait and see if there's any climatic effects from that. The last time the sun was this quiet, we had what was known as the Little Ice Age, and we had global cooling, and it was so cold that the river in London, the River Thames, would freeze solid every year, and it was so solid that they would have frost fairs on that river. They would have like a flea market, okay? And so, I mean, could you imagine that now? That's insane. So we could potentially be heading for an ice age. I know right now it's pretty warm in much of the northern hemisphere. In the northern U.S., it's pretty warm, but it's not going to be like that forever, okay? And there's a good chance we might be heading towards a grand solar minimum, all right? But wanted to give you guys this update, and I will be back tomorrow with more breaking news. So make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell icon below so you get notified when I post these updates. But just make sure you're getting prepared, guys, because tensions are skyrocketing between Russia and the U.S. and between Israel and all the countries around Israel. I'm very concerned that a war will break out between Hezbollah and Israel, and potentially Iran may get involved. And I'm also concerned that the U.S. will do a preemptive strike on Iran. We have the Ohio class sub with 154 Tomahawk missiles in the Middle East right now. And those Tomahawk missiles most likely have nuclear warheads on them, which is exactly the kind of firepower you would need if you wanted to denuclearize Iran. And we do know that the U.S. House of Representatives already passed a resolution almost unanimously declaring that the U.S. will not allow Iran to obtain nuclear weapons, and they will do anything necessary to stop Iran from obtaining them, and that they're going to authorize American allies to also do anything necessary to stop that from happening, including Israel. Okay, so this war in the Middle East, it's not just about Gaza, okay? It's much bigger than that, all right? Gaza is just a symptom of the problem. The problem is Iran, okay? Iran, Turkey, these major players, they're the ones that are the problem. And so I think we're going to see this war in the Middle East escalate. It's only going to keep escalating, guys. The Bible says that that's what's going to happen, okay? The Bible says that there's going to be war in the Middle East, and we are living in the end times, the last days. So, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse, unfortunately, until Jesus comes back. So make sure you guys are prepared spiritually, not just physically. But I will be back tomorrow with more breaking news. That's the latest information that I have. It's kind of a quiet evening tonight, which is good. I'm sure a lot of you guys are a little bit burnt out from all the negative news the last few weeks. So that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere. And this video is sponsored by NYPrepper Supply. Guys, we're living in very uncertain times, and you need to make sure your family has emergency food. When World War III starts, you're not going to be able to go to your grocery store to get food. Or when there's a power outage caused by natural disasters or cyber attacks. So you cannot rely on grocery stores to feed your family. You need to have emergency food. And NYPrepper Supply makes it very easy to prepare for these uncertain times. They have a 3-month emergency food supply, and it has a 25-year shelf life, and it's all contained within 6 rugged, water-resistant buckets, and you get a wide variety of food from dinners, lunches, breakfasts, drinks, snacks. So you're not going to get bored eating the same food every single day in a real SHTF situation. They also have a 2-week emergency food supply, which is a great option for camping. So use the link preparewithnyprepper.com to get the 3-month or 2-week emergency food supply from NYPrepper Supply. There's a link in the description below this video. It's an excellent gift idea for a prepper. They also have a general store. When you go to that page, you click on their logo, and once you click on their logo, it'll take you to their general store where they have MREs, solar generators, potassium iodide, survival seeds, a whole bunch of stuff, fire starters, water filters. All of these are excellent gift ideas for the prepper in your family. So use the link preparewithnyprepper.com to get the 3-month and 2-week emergency food supplies. The link is in the description below this video.